Hey viewers, Victor here. Today we're getting a lesson on how to light a Weber, courtesy of your Uncle Dave. How you going, Dave?
Hello everyone.
Yeah, you can actually see yourself there on the front of the camera,
Oh, thanks for that.
so make sure you're in shot there.
That's a incredible
Likeness.
incredible idea.
Yes, there you go. So what are we doing there, Dave?
Well, tonight we're having a roast pork for dinner. One I've already started preparing, a boneless leg. So we're just getting it ready to put it onto the Weber. First step, light the beads. Don't cook a Weber with black beads.
That's true.
So we've just stacked our chimney with beads, a few little jiffies underneath, and in about 35-40 minutes all of those beads will be white. They'll be ready to use, and we'll be able to put them in the Weber and then start with the pork.
Now what have you actually done to the pork so far?
So what we've done so far is made sure the pork is scored. So you get your butcher to score it with a knife. That way when you cook it, it gives the crackling somewhere to blister. I've pre-rinsed it in boiling water just to get the fat off, and also bring that rind up to room temperature, stop it sweating. What we'll do next is dry the skin off, salt it, and then a little bit closer to putting it on the fire, I'll re-oil it, re-salt it. Make sure your Weber is very, very hot. You want it really, really hot for about the first 30 minutes at about 250 plus degrees to blister that skin. Then after that, the Weber will just do its thing and gradually cool down, and we'll move to a low and slow cooking of the meat.
Now, as Dave said, it is most important to make sure that the rind on it is as dry as possible. Another hint that I do myself at home when I do a spit is I'll actually unwrap it the night before and put it in the fridge, because the refrigerated air in your refrigerator will actually dry it out as well and help. Anyway, we'll crack on, eh?
We'll crack on. Let's see how we go.
Now, something that Dave did forget to mention that is most important when preparing these things is to make sure that you're well hydrated.
Can't take too many chances next to this really hot Weber. Cheers.
That's right. Cheers. Now, you'll see the idea of the chimney here is to make sure that it forces the hot air up through it, to make sure that all the heat beads will actually heat up quicker. I'll bring over the top there. So here we go. We've got the pork out ready to go.
As you can see, it's already been salted, but now we've oiled it and re-salted it just to make sure we get all the moisture out of that skin. Meat's come up to room temperature beautifully.
He did say salted, not assaulted.
Peanut. And that's right to go on the fire.
Rightio, well, we better put it on, eh? Right, so how's it going there, Dave?
Yeah, so we're just about right. As you can see, we've got all our coals just about on fire and a nice white colour. So what I'm going to do now is just pop them into the trays of the Weber and get this ready to put the pork on.
You should probably have a glove doing that.
Don't do this at home, children.
He didn't say, "Here, hold my beer" first, though, of course.
When you're cooking with a Weber, if you're cooking a a lamb or a beef, you generally want about 20 to 25 beads per side. When you're cooking a pork, because you want it that bit hotter to get that crackling, as I was explaining before, you want 30 to 35 beads a side.
Or if you're like me, you just fill it up.
And you can see there the colour of those coals, and I can tell you that's very hot. There's a lot of heat coming off there now, which is what we want to blister our skin. Foil tray to catch our juice, and we'll make our gravy out of that juice a little bit later on. With the Weber, it's called an indirect method of cooking, meaning that the meat is not directly above the hot coals. It's actually off to the side. So this is the indirect method. We put that on, drip trail, capture all those beautiful juices. The lid on, and what will happen is, due to science and atmospheric pressure, will create a convection. Cold air will come in the top, hot air will force it out. Cold air coming in the bottom to get the fire breathing, hot air out the top, causes a convection, and that's what gives you a nice low and slow method of cooking.
So basically you make sure that all vents are open with the Weber.
All your vents have to be open, otherwise she won't work, it'll just smother.
Anyway, we'll check in with it a little bit later.
Well, I haven't checked this since we put it on, but I'm pretty confident we're going to have a cracker of a pork. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. Now you'll learn some secrets to a good roast pork. Here's the next secret. Don't cut into it now. You got to leave it rest. Rest the meat. Let all the juices settle down. Let the heat go through the meat. Bit of foil over the top, and that will be absolutely one sensational meal, and everyone is going to get a beautiful, lovely treat of A1 crackle. Back to you.
Big tip. Well, you heard that, folks. Now we're just waiting for the veggies to finish on that one. But yep, I'm looking forward to that. Bit of gravy, bit of apply sauce.
Apply sauce.
It's an in-joke. Anyway, we'll see how it dishes up. A load of that crackle. Doesn't that look good? Well done, David.
Thank you. No problem.
That'll probably be enough, Doc. We just keep stirring our chicken.
A bit of gravy there.
So
my birthday's on Ronnie.
I'd just like to say, I'm glad I'm not driving home with you tomorrow. There's roast pork, roast onion, cabbage, and all sorts of other delicacies. Make sure you have your window down.